Hello everyone, welcome for this new game on AoE 4. Today we're gonna see a face-off between Valdemar and Meomaika on the HAG WorldBattles, the second edition. So what is the HAG WorldBattles? This is 4 countries, 4 players that are gonna face off in order to see what country is the best. We have Elyona that represents France. We have Corvinus that represent the Hungary, Valdemar that represent the Denmark, and Meomaika that represents the Vietnam. Today Valdemar plays for the Denmark in yellow, that plays the HRE, and in front of him Meomaika that represents Vietnam, that plays in the color red the Delhi. We are on the Relic River and we're gonna see exactly what are the builds of the players, and we are not gonna take the water. This is quite surprising because this is a map where you this is cool to take the ships, the fishes, sorry, but this is not mandatory. I mean, if you don't do so, you're not gonna lose all your game. You see what I mean? Because there are not a lot of fish. It's a little bit like Meomaika, if you know the map where there is a little bit of fishes in the middle of the map. If you don't take the water, well, you go with a little disadvantage, but you didn't lost the game. I'm quite surprised, but also I understand, because HRE is kind of good to go with a lot of spearmen at the beginning of the game, and because it has a lot of production thanks to this prelate. It's not very cool to go directly on the water, without any vision, especially because the Delhi can counter them with some fishing boats, because the fishing boats can deal damage. So yeah, the Delhi is afraid from the production of the spearmen, and the HRE is a little bit afraid from those fishing boats that can deal damage. So I understand not going on the water, because it's kind of it can be countered from your opponent. So yeah, we have the chapel here from Valdemar, and what is gonna do Meomaika? The Dome of the Faith. Very interesting. So don't hesitate to go and watch HAG, guys, because, well, we are creating a lot of events on AoE 4, and this is gonna be so much cool, so much fun. And don't hesitate to join the Discord, because you can also register in order to come and do the tournaments that we are doing. We are gonna have the Back to the Sea, for example, and also we are gonna have a lower league. So this is kind of cool if you are not a very strong player that wants to try a little bit of tournaments and stuff like this. So yeah, don't hesitate to come and watch us. Also, we are casting stuff in French, and also here I'm casting stuff in English from this association. So this is kind of cool. Yeah, and also the players here. This is the first round of this this event. So this is the first match that will determine who they are gonna play next. So the winner here of this BO3 that opposes Valdemar to Meomaika will go and face the winner of Elyona versus Corvinus. And the loser of this match, Valdemar versus Meomaika, is gonna go and face, of course, the loser of Elyona versus Corvinus. And after that, we're gonna have some more matches in order to see who is the first, the second, and the third and the fourth player of this event. The first and the second player are gonna be qualified for the third edition of the HAG WorldBattles. Though this is kind of interesting, because we have, of course, $100 of cash prize, but also if you manage to be first or second, you also are in the next edition. This is kind of cool. So Elyona, for example, was the winner of the first edition, and we only had the first one that went into our second edition, but we wanted to have more players that qualifies for the next event. So yeah, we did that. What are we doing from Valdemar right now? Are we doing a pro scout? I feel like it's, yeah, this is a pro scout. This is quite surprising on this map, to be honest. Like, the deers are very far from your base. And this is kind of difficult to take them into your base. And I mean, Delhi is not a passive civilization, like it will produce a little bit of Ghazi raiders going on the map, etc. But I understand what he's doing, because I think he's he's thinking, okay, Delhi has the pro scout for free, and if I go on the late game and I let the Delhi go with the free pro scout, then he's gonna take all the deers of the map without any difficulty, and I cannot counter that. I'm not sure if this is the right way of thinking. Like, I feel like if you're just pushing with HRE, the Delhi cannot do a lot of stuff. And the more you push early, the better. It feels like on this matchup. Because you have so many production thanks to this chapel, you know, you have 40% more resources. Maybe this is the plan of Valdemar. This is like, okay, I'm gonna take all the deers, and so I will have so many resources thanks to my chapel, because I will have all the deers under my chapel, so I will take them 40% faster and stuff. So I will have a very good economy, and I can destroy the Delhi, avoid him from taking all the sacred sites and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It can be cool, but this is not okay. He has so many villagers that does nothing. Okay. We are healing the horsemen that took a bad fight versus Ghazi raiders, and yes, the Ghazi raiders are very, very strong compared to normal horsemen. They have so many more attacks, as you can see, 12 versus 9, more HP, 135, 125. Yeah, and also the Ghazi raiders have a bonus versus the heavy units, and we lose one villagers from Valdemar. This is quite horrible right now from him, because he's under pressure. He cannot take the deers because his opponent is putting him pressure. He lost a lot of idle time. He had a lot of idle time for his villagers. Bad beginning here from Valdemar. Quite difficult. And I feel like he didn't have that much sheeps also on this map, because like Meomaika he's having a lot of fun with his sheep's carcass here. And Valdemar, yeah, had not so much. Maybe that's also the reason of the pro scout. Like, if you don't have a lot of sheeps, you can think like, okay, I need a pro scout, because if I don't, I will just have to do a lot of farms, or I will have to go out very fast on the map with my villagers, and this is kind of difficult because the Delhi can produce a lot of units and can, yeah, counter me. Okay, we have archery range, also barracks, and also stables. So we have three different units types from Valdemar, and from Meomaika we're gonna have only two. Like, it's spearmen and Ghazi raiders. Very good combo, to be honest. But how do you deal with the spearmen from your opponent with this composition? It's kind of difficult, because you cannot let only your spearmen face the enemy spearmen, because they are gonna be archers to destroy your spearmen. You see what I mean? So this is kind of difficult. If your opponent is doing three types of units, I feel like you're forced to do the same, because you cannot deal with the composition like this. It feels difficult, except if you have so much more mobility, like you're using your mobility in order to avoid fights. But if you want to take fights, it feels like, yeah. Okay, very nice fight here from Meomaika. He has so much more units than Valdemar. You can see here on the army value, we have here one sacred site that is taken, and the other one is contested by Valdemar. Very well played. You could have see here also that Valdemar did a really great job at contesting this sacred site and also this one. So this is very, very nicely played from Valdemar. This is something you want to do versus the Delhi. Avoid them from taking all the secret sites because it gives a lot of gold, 125 gold per minute. So this is the plan versus the Delhi. You have to play a little bit H2 in order to avoid them from having those secret sites, because otherwise they will have so many resources, they will go fast on H3 because they will have a lot of gold for free, and then they only have to take food. And if they go on the A jobs, they will also have a lot of scholars, and if they have a lot of scholars, all their technologies will be for free of H3, but also very fast because they have a lot of scholars. So yeah, you have to contest those sacred sites. This is very important. A lot of idle time here from Valdemar, and also some villager kills. This is very nicely played from Meomaika. A lot of damage. Very nicely played again from Valdemar, but Meomaika is now defending this position thanks to his spearman. Very nicely played also. And it feels like this is really a great play from both of the players here, because Valdemar was here to defend, but also there are some spearmen right now from Meomaika, so... And it feels like a little bit of escalate, like you're doing a light cavalry that comes attacking here, then 2 spearmen comes, and then 2 archers comes, and then all the army is coming everywhere, and they're gonna fight in order to have the sacred sites. Valdemar, who is able to defend this one, but he's not defending this and this one. Really great play from Meomaika with those gas raiders, and that's also what I talked about before. Like, if you have the mobility, you can just run from those fights. Like, this is not cool for Meomaika right now. Oh, but this is not cool for Valdemar here. There is so many army from Meomaika. Like, what? The archers are... Whoa, they were destroyed. Like, this was a very difficult fight from Valdemar here. And the H3 for Meomaika. This is quite insane. Like, the Delhi is very strong civilization. And it feels like HRE cannot do anything about that. And the HRE are very strong right now. This is this is pretty much the always banned civilization right now. HRE on everything. Yeah, it feels like it's kind of over already. But Valdemar is able to take the 2 sacred sites. So this is really greatly played. But you're gonna see here something very interesting with the Delhi. Meomaika put all his scholars next to every relic of this map and will take every relic very fast. This is something. I feel like Delhi is so strong with this. Like, you're gonna take all the relics of the map just in one shot, because you have so many scholars. You can just pick every relic when you age up, and this is very strong. Hi Krakody, how are you doing? Valdemar is about to get deleted, exactly. This is very strong civilization. And I was thinking like HRE can do something about that, right? Well, it appears that no. I don't know about the call of the professional scout on this map. It's very far to take the deers. It's very difficult. And the other deers are so close to your base that you don't really need a pro scout to take them. So, yeah. And now Valdemar is dealing with those man-at-arms. Valdemar, who is trying to do damage to his opponent, because he doesn't want to go H3. Like, he's saying, okay, my opponent goes fast H3, I'm gonna destroy him H2. Well, it's not going to happen, I think. Yeah, the man-at-arms are taking too much tanking too much, sorry, from those archers. Yeah, it's doing the job. And the archers are gonna be deleted thanks to the heavy cavalry and also the Gazi Raiders that deals a lot of damage to the archers, and it's pretty much over right now. Because Valdemar doesn't have any army, he's not a H3, Meomaika is constantly producing units from H3, so he can deal very easily with this army of Valdemar right now. If he doesn't have the massive unit, Valdemar will just die. And that's what's happening right now. It feels like Valdemar should have went H3, but yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you go for? Like, the Ragnitz Cathedral, there is no relic on the map because Delhi is taking all the relics like directly, as we talked about before. And if you're going with the burger, like, I mean, this is quite, yeah, this is not a good landmark. Well, it has been buffed. You have some damage, some more damage on the charge of your infantry units, but I don't know if it's good. I haven't tested it. Could be cool to test it. Yeah. The game is over. Well, it feels like it. Because the 3 sacred sites, 4 relics, 5 relics, sorry. And all the technologies are for free for Delhi, so yeah. And a lot of idle time here from Valdemar. And I think Meomaika did a pretty great job at attacking Valdemar at the beginning of the game, taking some villagers on the gold, putting some idle time in the wood, and yeah. And also the sheeps were like difficult for Valdemar. He didn't have a lot of them, so it was difficult from him. He had to do a little bit of farm at the beginning of the game, and just the sheep is very, very important in this game. Sometimes we don't really notice it, even when we are casting or stuff like this, or watching some games, but this is very, very important. And if you have, like, for example, 10 sheep or 5, this is very, very different. Like, the game is really not the same, because the farm transition comes very faster, and then your opponent has an advantage. Like, 5 sheep is like 1,000 gold, 1,000 of food of gold. Well, it would be interesting to have sheep that produces gold. So yeah, 1,000 food is approximately what you need to have an age up on H3. On food. 6 sheep is equivalent to your H3 on food. And it felt like the difference between those two players was very, like, very big on the sheeps. Very interesting. He has the diamond statue. Yeah, I don't know why Valdemar stays in this game. I feel like it's too difficult. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is his plan. Maybe he's feeling like massing archers and going H3 is the way. But how do you go H3? Maybe he's thinking also like, I have farms with my chapel, and the Delhi doesn't have farm. He will have to farm transition. It will be difficult. Maybe he's thinking about the farm transition of Meomaika, and that he can do something about when his opponent will go on the farms. But yeah, it feels like the difference is too big between those between the economy of those two players, and also, yeah, not only the economy but the army. Really looking forward to see what happens in the next game. How Valdemar will revenge on his opponent from this game. And yeah, I'm quite surprised, because I thought like HRE was broken. I think it is broken, but Delhi is also something. I have to say that this civilization is very, very strong at the moment. I really like the Delhi, and yeah, they are very strong. Okay, so this is 1-0 for this first game. Valdemar versus Meomaika, Denmark versus the Vietnam guys. We're gonna catch the second game right away on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate to go and watch HAG. We're gonna see the next game tomorrow. See you, bye.